Hello, I'm Gwen Barker.
I'm Amy Voss.
And I'm Todd Spencer with sports. Did you girls know that there are only 10 more shopping days until Christmas?
Come on, Todd. You blew Tracy and BJ away with that question a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I bet you're one of those smug people who already has their shopping finished.
No, it's just that I'm a man and men aren't quite as apt to lose it over something like shopping.
Okay, we promise not to lose it if you preview today's show for us.
No problem. Let's watch.
Sean introduces us to some student teachers here at Lincoln High School. Shelley shows us that love can blossom even in high school. BJ goes to regional orchestra contest, and on the musical note, Tricia sits in on the freshman band and orchestra. The second part of Debbie's Special Aspects series will be shown today. Tricia goes swimming, so to speak, and Neil takes us to watch the alumni basketball players in action.
Students of the high schools have been working on a project to see that everyone has a coat. Let's watch.
Could you imagine going outside on a cold, wintry day like this and not having a winter coat? This is a situation that many people are in. This is Gwen Barker reporting. Swan Cleaners, along with our very own Future Homemakers of America, better known as FHA, participated in a coat drive. I had the chance to speak with some of the members of FHA about their group. How did you become interested in FHA?
Well, our teacher passed out a flyer, and I was interested in it because it was a new way to meet friends and something fun to do and a way to help the community.
What made you decide to become a member of FHA?
I wanted to become a member to help out the community and others and meet new people.
What made you decide to do a coat drive?
There was a job that needed to be done, and Channel 6 were asking for people to help, so we all got together and went down and helped. It was just a job that needed to be done.
What projects are upcoming for FHA?
In December, we're going to make sewing kits for students because they're always coming into the classrooms and asking for safety pins and thread and stuff like that so they can fix their clothing or whatever.
Would you encourage others to join FHA?
Yeah, because it helps other people in the community, and it's real fun to do things for other people.
So, maybe next year, you will consider being a future homemaker of America. This has been Gwen Barker reporting. Now back to the studio.
Everyone would like to thank Swan Cleaners for contributing so much to that project.
Speaking of contributing to a project, did you know that all the student teachers returned to their home schools last week?
Hello, this is Valita Johnson reporting for WGLH-TV. Have you ever wondered how your son or daughter's teacher got started? More than likely, they were a student teacher in an area high school. Here at Gahanna Lincoln High, we have had 10 student teachers from the area colleges such as Ohio Dominican, Capital, Ohio State, and even Rio Grande. Mark Trace, a senior at Capital, has taught basic speech and debate in place of Mrs. Geiser. He plans to teach communications, speech, and drama after college. Mr. Trace has felt that this has been a very beneficial experience and hopes to teach in suburban school areas due to the relationships that can develop between the students and the teachers. Keith Matlack, who also attends Capital, has participated in the Social Studies Department as a student teacher for Mr. Woodruff, a geography teacher here at the high school. He is presently majoring in comprehensive social studies and would like someday to become a social studies teacher. Another student teacher in the Social Studies Department, Jay Sherrod, who attends Capital, also plans to teach geography along with history. Unlike Mr. Trace, Sherrod hopes to teach in inner city schools for the challenge. Although we were only able to see a couple of the student teachers, many others ranging from the physical education department to the math department have played a beneficial role in helping our students and our teachers. Exciting young people on their way to a successful career. Who knows, they may play a part in your son or daughter's future. This has been Valita Johnson reporting for WGLH-TV. Now back to the studio.
Preparing to be an educator is a big job.
Yes, a job that is never completed. There are always courses and workshops for our teachers to take. Our own school district puts time and effort into studies for teachers. On Saturday, November 7th, I had the pleasure of observing a bookmaking workshop taught by Mrs. Barbara Murdoch. The workshop was designed to help teachers learn different ways to design their books. The teachers learned how to make flap books, shape books, step books, glueless books, special covers and stitching, and much more. This way, when the teachers return to their classrooms, they can help the students who wish to be in Young Authors Conference design their books in new and exciting ways.
And I thought bookmaking was illegal. Only kidding, Gwen. It sounds like a lot of work made fun.
Well, teaching doesn't have to be all work. Most teachers enjoy what they do.
We have some teachers here at the school who look really happy this year. They are teachers who not only changed the names, but are probably filing joint tax returns. Here's Shelley with the story.
Love, honor, and cherish, till death do we part. It's a part of a marriage vow, which millions of Americans choose to take every year. Gahanna Lincoln has 3 newlywed teachers: Mr. Tom Earl, math instructor, Mrs. Christy Doran Krac, learning center instructor, and Mr. Tracy Beverly, geography teacher. I had a chance to speak with Mrs. Krac and her husband Randy. I also talked with Mr. Beverly and his wife Jill. However, Mr. Earl and his wife Sandra were not available for an interview.
What do you think's your favorite thing about your marriage?
Probably companionship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we do a lot of fun things together. We go skiing and camping a lot, and just a lot of things we can do in our free time.
Oh, you always have somebody around that you get along with to go out and do things, and there's always someone there to support you when you feel good and when you feel bad.
Mm-hmm. We like to do a lot of the same things. Like, we both enjoy boating, and we both like to go on vacations, so, you know, it's fun.
Okay. One word that describes your marriage.
Fantastic.
Wonderful.
That sounds nice.
Fun.
Yeah, fun, that's good. It's been fun. No complaints so far.
Okay. What's the hardest thing to get used to being married?
I guess for me it would be having to cook a dinner every night, having a menu, because when I was single, I just, you know, whatever was there I ate, or, you know, pick something up real quick, and I guess just trying to figure out what you're going to have each night and that type of thing, that it's somewhat healthful.
Okay. And you?
I would say that, and I would add to it also by saying that she takes care of all the bills now and everything. I don't have to worry about that. So whenever I need money, I have to go to her. I'm not used to that either. I'm just used to getting my money out and just doing what I want with it.
Okay. Probably, you know, just starting your house and paying your bills and just adjusting to each other on a regular basis.
That's about right.
What kind of advice would you give to a couple who's thinking about marriage?
Take your time. Make sure you go through with it and follow it out. Not to rush into anything. That's probably the worst thing you could probably do.
Yeah, I'd just add to that, talk a lot. You know, talk about almost every situation you can think that might come up after you're married, and just make sure you know where each other stands on it.
Make sure that you marry somebody that you're compatible with. Make sure that you get along, that you have a lot of things in common and a lot of similar interests. I think that's probably the most important thing.
I agree with her.
We at Gahanna Lincoln would like to wish Gahanna Lincoln's 3 newlywed teachers and their spouses happiness and love years to come. This has been Shelley Tillery. Back to the studio.
At the risk of sounding strange, I bet they make beautiful music together.
You took the risk, Gwen, and lost. It did sound strange. There are people other than newlyweds who do make beautiful music together. Tim went to regional orchestra competition and brought back this.
10 students from Gahanna Lincoln High School were chosen to perform in a regional orchestra. This orchestra was composed of students from different schools around South Central Ohio. The orchestra practiced Friday, November 20th, Saturday, November 21st, and Sunday, November 22nd. They then gave a concert on Sunday, November 22nd. The concert was directed by Dr. Kenneth Klesinski of Portland, Oregon. Let's listen. Congratulations to all participants for a job well done. This has been Billy Joe Washburn reporting, and now back to the studio.
They select the best musicians in each section. No wonder they sound good.
Most of the musicians who really succeed begin early in their lives. Tricia covered the freshman band and orchestra, and if you watch closely, you can probably pick out the ones who will be in regionals in years to come. Let's watch.
The music truly filled the air in the Gahanna Lincoln High School auditorium when the orchestra and freshman band performed their first concert of the year on October 20th. The students who are scheduled for band and orchestra have an opportunity to practice performance music to better understand sound and music quality. Some of the selections were Disney Magic, Somewhere Out There, and Fanfare Eden Festival. By listening to the concert, it was evident that their practice does pay off. Let's listen. I talked to Mr. Schauheimer, band director, about how much the freshman band has grown.
The class seems to have a different number of people participating. 2 years ago there were 80, and last year there were 55, and this year there are 70.
I also talked to Miss McCown, the orchestra director, about her secret goals and ambitions.
The rest of the year, we have a big contest coming up in March. And, of course, my goal is always to do well on that contest. We'll have the musical coming up in the spring and our big spring concert, probably in the end of May sometime. My goal is always just to keep getting bigger and better.
If you missed the concerts in the past, make sure you mark your calendars for the future. This has been Tricia Stanson reporting for WGLH-TV. Now back to the studio.
Picking out prospective winners wasn't that easy. They all sounded good.
You're right, Gwen. To me, they will probably all be successful.
And speaking of success, did you know that Debbie Zelli won second place at the science fair last year? And she has a new project she's working on for this year's competition. Here she is in her second of the series on special aspects.
Hi, I'm Debbie Zelli for WGLH-TV. Whatever happened to Amy Schillig after she won first place at the Otterbein-Battelle Regional Science Fair? Amy went on to compete at the International Science Fair in Puerto Rico. Today, we had an opportunity to talk to Amy Schillig about this year's project. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about this year's project?
This year, I'm doing the same basic idea with calcium and chick embryos, but I'm trying different aspects with it. I'm injecting on different days, and I'm going to try radioactive calcium, which will tell me where the calcium's going. And I'd like to try something with estrogen, because it helps improve bone absorption with calcium.
What kind of goals have you set for yourself this year?
Well, I'd like to go to the International Fair again and hopefully win some awards this time.
To find out more about the rest of the Aspect students, including Amy Schillig and Kai Salk, the exchange student from Germany, stay tuned to WGLH in the future. This has been Debbie Zelli. Now back to the studio.
I hope Debbie Zelli wins this year, and maybe she'll have a chance to travel. Amy Schilling won last year and went to San Juan.
I wonder what we can do to win a trip.
To win at anything, you have to really prostrate yourself. I guess that's where they get the phrase, no pain, no gain.
I guess a lot of people buy that phrase. You should have seen the swim team getting ready for their meet. Tricia was there, and she brought back this.
Not only is Gahanna Lincoln setting records on the court and on the field, they will also be setting records in the water. The athletic department has added a swim team to the program. Last year, Lincoln had a swim club. Anyone could be a part of this sport, and many people did decide to participate. The club made it to districts with the girls tying for first and guys finishing second in their division. Some individual students even went to state competition at Ohio State University. This year, Mr. Woodruff is the swim coach, assisted by Mrs. McKee. I had a chance to talk with Coach Woodruff about the team.
I think we have a lot of kids with good swimming experience. We have a lot of enthusiasm. And I think that, but not knowing really the competition, I just think we'll have a good year overall.
How do you plan to coach the team in preparation for the meets to come?
Well, right now we're trying to build endurance. The kids are swimming a lot of yards, and we're working on the strokes, just trying to iron out personal weaknesses. And as the next couple weeks comes up on us before our first meet, we'll start to get more into the skills of the strokes and more of the strategy of the meets. But right now we're just working on endurance.
The practices are held in Grove City and Urban Crest. The pool has 6 lanes and also boards for the divers. It allows the athletes to work up to their potential while setting goals for themselves in this first year of the varsity sport. I had a chance to talk with some of the athletes.
Since swimming is a varsity sport, how do you feel it's changed the attitude of the swimmers?
Well, I think the swimmers now are going to have a lot more respect for themselves, personally. But I think that, and they'll have more spirit, because now we're a team, not just a club. But I think that it's really going to help the people who, like last year, would say, oh, so you're on the swim team, and they're like, it's not a team, it's a club, and like we were like below wrestling and everything. But we have a lot of talent on our swim team and our diving team, and I hope people will take it more seriously, because I know all the swimmers this year will, and I think we deserve what every other team gets at Gahanna Lincoln High School.
What are your goals for this year on swim team?
Well, I'm really more involved with diving, and I hope that I can draw more attention to diving, because when people say you're on the swim team, they tend to forget that diving is also part of swimming. So I hope I can let more people realize that diving is just as enduring as swimming.
How often does the swimmers have practice each week?
Well, we're in the water 3 nights a week, and we're lifting weights the other 2 days, so 5 days overall.
What made the athletic department change their mind of having the club as a team this year?
Well, I think it was the large amount of interest among the students who had come up to the administration and requested it. I think the strong support in the community, both the parents and also the summer programs that they have, showed the administration that if they would make it a varsity sport, that it would not be just a one-time thing, that it would be something that have a lot of interest in the community and the students for a long time. And I think swimming is just a sport which is gaining more and more popularity among local high schools. Of course, the problem is that they don't have any water to swim in, but I think it's a sport we're going to see more high schools adopt in the future.
Well, I hope you have a good year.
Thanks.
This has been Tricia Stanson reporting for WGLH-TV. Now back to the studio.
You're right, Gwen, that is pain.
It's worth it, though, Amy. When you're on a team, the cohesiveness and camaraderie is wonderful. You have friends and memories that you'll never forget.
This was exemplified when the Alumni basketball players came back to play. Here's Neil with the story.
They've come back for this special basketball alumni game. Let's watch. The gold team jumped out to an early lead with good outside shooting. Also, just the luck of the bounce adds to a team's phenomenal success. Passing is always the big part of the game, plus the ability to make the key inside shot. But the blue team came back with a major part of the game, offensive rebounding. And even though it is a free throw, you still have to be able to put it in the basket. And as you can see, the blue team took advantage of this situation. Defense is a key part of the game, and it kept the blue alive and kicking. Members from both teams graduated anywhere from 1960 to 1986. Your teammates watch as their old friends enjoy fellowship together. Now let's talk to a couple of these courageous players.
My name's Fred Point. Jim Schaefer.
Okay, what years did you play for Gahanna?
I played from 1967 to 69.
And how about you?
57, graduated in 61.
Okay, what made you decide to come back and play after all these years?
I was asked to, and I thought it would really be a lot of fun. I live out of state now, and I thought it was a privilege to come back and see the people here in the community.
How about you?
Well, actually, I was mentally incapacitated, so I agreed to it. Seriously, though, Jack Schmidt
is one heck of a good man. He wanted me to come back and play and come back and see all the old guys that I played ball with. So it was a lot of fun doing it.
So there you have it, a perfect ending to a perfect game. The final score, blue 49, gold 49. This has been Neil Smith for WGLH-TV. Now back to the studio.
That would be exciting. Do you think we will all get invited back to anchor a show after we graduate?
Now that would be fun. What do you think, Todd?
Only if I get to do sports.
No problem. It's settled then. We can all come back.
Perhaps we should wait until we are invited, and that may never happen unless we get this program over with. Do you have the sports for us, Todd?
I sure do, Amy. With a 17-7 win over Chillicothe, Gahanna Lions advanced to the next round of the state playoffs against Cincinnati Princeton. Amy has more.
The score was 35-14. Even though Cincinnati Princeton may have won, the Lions had their day. Eric Shepard rushed for 253 yards on 22 carries, the most that any team had gained against Princeton this year. On the second play of the game, Shepard ran 82 yards for a touchdown. Let's watch. Princeton scored more points than Gahanna allowed in the season, which was 30 points in 10 regular season games. Even if the Lions are out of the state playoffs, their success in the Ohio Capital Conference will never be forgotten. This has been Amy Wallace for WGLH-TV.
For a final note on the 1987 football season, let's go to Mark Mast.
The football players could not continue this winning tradition if it wasn't for a special group of people, namely the parents. With us today, we have two parents of football players at Gahanna Lincoln High School. We have Mrs. Queen, the mother of football player Matt Queen, and we have Mr. Harmon, the father of Jason Harmon. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
You must be very proud of your son's participation in this excellent football team. Mrs. Queen, we'll start the question with you. As a mother, how do you feel Matt has benefited from playing for Gahanna Lincoln football, and what experiences do you think he's had?
Well, it's developed friendships on and off the field, both in our school and with other schools. He's learned how to work with others as a team. Of course, football is not just a single person. It takes the whole team to win. There's been times that he's been frustrated, and in life we have to learn to overcome our frustration, so that has really been a good point for him. And also he's learned to work hard for what he's wanted in his goals that he has set, and he hasn't had to give up or quit.
Mr. Harmon, how about Jason? What are some of the neat experiences and things that have happened in his time with Gahanna Lincoln football?
I pretty much agree with Teresa. I think it teaches a lot of values that the players will appreciate more as they get older. I think it's also important to point out that I think this occurs in this program, whether the team is 6-4 like my older son's team was, or 11-0 like Jason's team. I think it's just a good, sound program, and I think Coach Koppel stresses important values.
I want to thank you for coming and taking the time to come in and talk with us, and thank you very much.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Look for basketball, wrestling, and swimming in upcoming shows. And that about wraps it up for sports.
Don't say wrap.
That's okay, Gwen. We can go shopping when we're finished.
What do you mean finished? We are finished. This has been Gwen Barker.
And Amy Wallace.
And Todd Spencer. Good shopping.